Good morning. Thought I'd take a moment. I'll make a full video for this. Let's talk about the sponsors, the people that helped. Whether sponsors doesn't mean free. I got a lot of discounts from people, a lot of favors from people, a lot of friends that kind of went out of their way to contribute one way, shape, or form. We had a banner made by Signs of Augusta, which Matt Pighills. He also owns Race Ready Shade, which in one of my last videos while we're at the race, you saw his canopy that he made. It's gigantic. Give you a size comparison. This is like your standard 10 by 20. Go from fingertip to basically my elbow. And then I never knew that they made these things so big. It's substantially bigger. It's a much larger unit. Matt made all of our decals. Gave me a huge discount on those, which was much appreciated. Made our banner. I'll show you the banner. And then he let us loan. He loaned us the shade, which I wanted to borrow anyways, just so I could actually I want to make sure everybody that I know that has a business, we all eat off this. Just get as much publicity as possible. Seeing in front of the right people, just being out in front of everybody helps. So, as you can see, Boss Hog, of course, he helped us with our converter, Nitrous Express. They helped us with the nitrous kit. We didn't get it hooked up, but we did get it. It's there. Signs of Augusta, of course, like I said, made the banner, made all of our decals. Race Ready Shade has the canopy, which I need to talk to him. I kind of want one. Nate Prater at Streetcar Bragging Rights and with East Coast Lighting. What you didn't get to see is all of the lighting that Nate brought us. My God, I wish we would have had a chance to actually put these things on. I had underglow, rock lights, grill lights, you name it, it had lights. Streetcar Bragging Rights, always have to show them love. They literally put on the best event I've ever been to, the largest event I've ever been to, and the smoothest run event that I've ever been to. That includes when you only have 50 cars. They had multiple classes that had over 126. So we'll go down the line. Carolina Chassis Dyno, which you see there. And then, of course, there's his name right there. He's mad that he's not first, but he still charges me. But he does a fantastic job gathering up the car for me. His input is, I can't even tell you how invaluable his input is. So, the years and years that I worked for him and then started my own business, Travis has always gone out of his way to make sure that the cars can deal with my foot, which can be kind of aggressive. CPR Performance. Charlie is one of my favorite parts vendors I've ever dealt with. He's local. He's been open for over 20 years. We sell a lot of the same brands, but Charlie can stock them. So I will always, even if I don't get them at my cost, because sometimes vendor cost is pretty decent. I'll always spend more to buy from a friend. And he's always gone, and tried to help us out. He even offered in this to help, with whatever we needed. But we ended up collecting a decent amount from all the people on the bottom. Almost everybody on the bottom actually sent money, and every bit of that went into the car. All Out Import versus Muscle. So this is another race series that's local to the CSRA, the Augusta-Aiken area, and it's run by Brian Seacrest, not Seacrest, and his buddy. They do an actual a front side no prep, which we'll be participating in, and you'll see us as sponsors on all this stuff. We're gonna return the favor, try to help grow, because we should have more local events. And between All Out Import versus Muscle and Bragging Rights, they're really doing a service for this area. Texas Speed, I've been a long-time vendor for Texas Speed. They kind of went through and they did some soul searching and some digging and helped me with the drop-in rod and piston combo, which, that car right there on a Mustang dyno, she's holding steady at, tuned on 34 pounds. My scramble set at 44 pounds, and we're still good. Everything's fine. Everything's strong, and I'm confident in that motor. I just have to do some cooling system upgrades. But everything from Texas Speed takes us about 2 days to get. They've always looked out for us where they could. IDS, Import Drag Solutions. John Rogers, we didn't actually work out any kind of sponsorship deal, but John Rogers went above and beyond to locate a set of used Mark IV, Supra, like double adjustables that they produce. He found a customer that had, or remembered a customer that had bought a 9-inch rear end kit from them, put me in contact with them. That's the only reason that this Lexus even hooks. Awesome product. I mean, it's a perfect fit. And if you don't know, the SC300 and 400 are basically a Supra. Doug's Machine Shop. You'll look down here, you'll see Kevin Richburg, Ethan Campbell. They both stepped out and helped. Kevin actually went through and he did the O-ring on my block and my heads. Like I said, this isn't a free service. This is something that what I consider a sponsorship is when somebody goes out of their way. They took time from their schedule and they kind of prioritized something that was a very last-minute decision to make. Ethan did my valve spring swap, made sure everything was good, pulled vacuum on my heads, made sure that we were good there. So I appreciate them as always. And you'll always remember that Ethan is one of the founding members of this page. So you go back, look at those videos, you'll see him. He just got his car back on the road. VS Racing. Let me tell you about Viren Singh. Viren Singh came in clutch. My man came through. He got me what I needed. We were only missing one thing, which was an intercooler kit, like an actual piping kit. But, I mean, he got me the turbos fast. I tried to order 44mm wastegate rebuild kits. He insisted on 50s, and let me tell you that when somebody knows their product, just listen to them. Because the only reason I didn't fucking grenade this motor is because those wastegates were actually doing their job. Cantrell Customs. He's out of Aiken, Augusta area. He was going to put my motor together. He is here because he tried. There are a lot of things that were outside of his comfort zone, which he's an extreme professional, and he has a very high standard for what he's doing. I appreciate him, and we will be working with him in the future. It's just in this particular case, I just needed it done. It worked out. I got lucky, but all his concerns were valid, extremely valid. There were a lot of things that I would have preferred to be better, but I was dealing with the block that we had, and I'd already had the machine work done to actually to O-ring it. But he's a fantastic guy. Everything race car. So Ryan Gearing, he put me in contact with 627 Printing, which is Mike Pena, which is down here, who actually took in 9 hours. He turned around and made our logo. Fantastic guy. Ryan is always trying to help. He's a much bigger version of me when it comes to the parts side. When he says everything race car, he means it. He can get lift kits, he can get lowering kits, he can get turbos. You name it, he's got it. Look him up. Fantastic guy. He's out of Texas. Strictly striping. Toll is one of my customers. And I put him here because I know that most of the money he spent, I put in this car, throughout the years. We appreciate Toll. He does parking lot striping, recoating, sealing, stuff like that. Try to line him up with a couple tracks, but this man's busy. That man, you go to Chick-fil-A, and it's probably him striping the damn parking lot. Prince R Us. This is Noah. There's Noah right here. Right there. I've known of Noah for a while. Ever since, Paul Walker died, I bought one of his shirts, which is still holding strong. I contacted him, because we needed last-minute shirts, and this man pumped out 10 dozen shirts in a day and a half and got them to me before the event. So I want you to really grasp that. Now, this is all screen printing. This isn't, DTG that's direct-to-garment printing. This is old school, let me just show you. If you haven't gotten a shirt, that's okay. A lot of people are real scared. We use it's a 60-40. It's like if you've ever had a shirt from the group called 80-80. It's a real soft shirt that breathes, but screen printing is so flexible. It's not an iron-on vinyl, which we can't stand because, if we're wearing these things at the track, we're not trying to fucking sweat. They did awesome. I believe they're still out of Jacksonville, but he and his family, they do a great job. Him and his partners do a fantastic job. Got this shit turned around. They will always be my first source. They really came through. Like I said, the 627 Printing, Mike Pena. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I'm assuming it's Pena, but they went through and they made this. for those that haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're here now. This is hard. So I sent him a picture of the car just sitting in the parking lot. She had no motor in her. And we're talking a 9-hour turnaround. I contacted him on Thursday night, and then by like 5 o'clock, I think it was like 8. Yeah, it was like 8 o'clock at night on Thursday. And by like 5 o'clock in the morning, he was hitting me up about, hey, I need you to take a look at this. What do you think? So it's awesome. So many sources for so many good things. And every person on here, of course, Josh and Brad, those are my go-tos. They're the backbone. Josh was here almost every single day or night. On the weekends, he was here, trying to help knock this car out, which, he's got an emotional attachment because it was his. And basically is. Brad is backbone, helps me with my shop. He put in work. My wife, my buddy Pete, which actually we sponsor his drift car. He came through when I told him what we were doing on Friday, May 30th. My man turned around and sent me a chunk. Like he just out of nowhere. This is just how he is, trying to make sure that he eased any burden I was about to incur. Patrick McKenzie, another one. We actually helped him with his lady's. She's got a bagged FRS that we supercharged. And not only did they spend a bunch of money with me to do this stuff, we didn't bag it, but we've helped maintain it. But we did supercharge it. But he stepped out, and he came out of pocket, which helped so big. Billy Marsh is actually the guy from Carolina Chassis Dyno. You need wiring done, contact Carolina Chassis Dyno, because if it's a big job, if there's something that needs to be done and done correctly, I'm going to hit Billy up, which has me going through Carolina Chassis Dyno. He came through, and you'll see in the pictures, he was actually the perfect instigator for this race. Between him and Brad, oh my God, we got underneath our competitor's skin so bad. Billy had me on the very last run. We went a good couple races, so we went full 5. And on the last one, instead of stopping inside of our cool down zone, he had us just pull up to the line. He's like, just go ahead, fuck him, just pull up, let him cool off. So we pulled up, and it worked. It was fun. It was a great move. But I think by then everybody's so damn hot that everybody be in their feelings. And then, of course, there's Brian Solid Import versus Muscle. He made a donation to us. Marcus Prock is Cosby's original owner, or where I got Cosby from. He sponsored my tires. He was excited to help. I guess he's racing vicariously through me, and we appreciate him. So, he's doing big things on his own. He's enjoying boat life right now. Paul Bordner. He came out. He made a financial donation, and like I said, every single dollar that was collected was put in the car. We appreciate you. Paul actually deals a lot of trailers, so if you look him up and you need an enclosed trailer, he's local. It's hard to find enclosed trailers in the central South Carolina area. It's not like Georgia where they're all built. We don't have a lot of places you can go and shop. So look up Paul. He'll get you taken care of. He's also got a beautiful collection of cars. It's Travis Lane. I put him down here just because I knew it would piss him off. Like I said, that's my boy. I put on a mullet, and I look just like him. It's scary. Greg Wooden, he is a fantastic friend of ours and customer. He came out, he made a financial donation to help get us going. And basically he's always been one of those that wants to see us succeed and strive to push forward and go faster. Jay Richmond did the same thing. He was actually with us because he's part of our crew. And he was with us standing there with the world's biggest camera while we were filming. So you'll see him. He is definitely compensating. I'm just kidding. Jay's a great guy. He enjoyed his weekend. And he's the only guy I've ever seen that can sleep for 12 hours on an air mattress. That's a trooper. Mike McGuire, he came through. He was excited. Whenever I posted up about sponsors and everything, he was one of the first people that came through. And we appreciate anything and everything. Same with Frank Woodward. David Moss is a personal friend. Matt Healy. Matt actually made a joke because I posted about every dollar counting. He said, LOL, here's $4. Boy, that $4, that was almost like 2 gallons of gas. The E85 went a long way because I put 20 gallons in that car to make sure I had weight on the rear end. So, like I said, every dollar counts. Cents count. It doesn't matter. Hell, input. Just an attaboy. You'd be surprised. You got a friend that's in the middle of a big project, just say, hey, man, you're doing a good job. A little bit of encouragement goes a long way. and it hits. Like, it really does. You don't understand how much easier some of these things get when you realize that other folks are watching and they see what's going on. So every dollar counted. Woodrow Lee. Okay, so the only reason this car goes straight is because of Woodrow here and his father. I wish I could put their info out there, because I wish that everybody could get their car aligned by them, because the world would be a much better and safer place. But I can't, because they want to be peaceful and they want to be safe. So if you need an alignment by them, you want to go straight, you have your own specs for your drift car, send them to me. I'll hook you up with them. You know, I can take your car to them, get it handled, and then, you know, you'll be straight. Steven Snyder and his father. Steven Snyder and his father both stepped up. Steven, huge part of our group, especially when we first started. He's now living a peaceful life of, you know, actually enjoying drones and his side-by-side that he's had for years. He's taken a break from cars for a while, and we miss him. We do. We love when he comes around, but we understand that everybody's got to grow at their own pace, and he knows we're not fucking going anywhere. We can't afford to go anywhere with all the money we put in our cars. But hey, Steven, I do not know why they fucking put a 3 at the end. That's probably my fault. My bad. Justin Harwell, a customer and a supporter. Actually, his kids came through, and I actually had to sign autographs for them while we were at the race. It made me feel way bigger than I am. It was a very proud moment of mine. I do have Justin's car here. He's got an IS 300 that we built the JZ on, and we're gonna go through and finish up, you know, turbo piping and, you know, get the Hall Tech and everything installed. So thank you, Justin. Kevin and Ethan, of course, we already thanked. Steven Snyder, the 4th. This is Steven's dad, Steven Snyder, the 4th. Yeah, sorry, I'm rambling. But either way, they both fall in the same group. This Steven is actually the one that's enjoying life. This Steven is the one that I really wish that I would have gotten one larger shirt made for, because he's always been a fan of what we do. Justin Rogers and Jimmy Fleener, both personal friends. I met Jimmy through O'Reilly's. Oh no, I met Jimmy through the parking lot originally, whenever we used to hang out, whenever he had his Integra, and then he became a higher up, you know, at my local O'Reilly's, and we started doing business that way. And then Justin was the same way. I met him when I worked at a Mustang shop, and now he's a Camaro guy like me, because, you know, fast cars do fun shit. But we appreciate the financial support there and the encouragement. Cannon, I actually met whenever he was buying parts for me, and he stepped up and he was excited for what we were doing, and he made a financial donation, so thank you. Ryan is with Everything Race Car. Emery Corbin, Brian Gary, and Gabe Green are all old friends. We're talking like Emery I met whenever probably the first year that I opened my shop. We've met a lot of people here, and this is why I pride myself on the business that we do. I can't make everybody happy, but what I can do is set a standard for the work that we do. I can't fix everything, and there's no way I'll ever be able to accommodate everybody. But explaining that to people, you know, and letting them know that, hey, we're going to try our best, I guess it helps. It seems to have helped, because Emery has been doing well. We haven't seen him in a while, like a long while, but we still, you know, he still keeps up with us, and he came way out of pocket, you know, out of left field, because like I said, it's not like we don't see each other. You know, we used to see him like years ago, we'd see him maintain his cars, but he's in a much better spot now, and I hope he's doing well. Like, I hope everything's going well. Brian's my guy, my Honda specialist. If I have any questions, I pick his brain, because a wealth of knowledge is hard to find, and of course I'm gonna take advantage of that, like he will with me. Then we got Gabe Green. He actually owns a company, I think it's Cleanway, and what they do is they do cleanup. So we've made a couple deals. I met him just like Justin. I met him whenever I was out in Batesburg working in a Mustang shop. Great guy to deal with. We traded like a Grom. I had a Grom that he wanted, and he had a Jeep that I wanted, and it worked out fantastic. He's great. I don't think I've ever heard in probably the 18 years that I've known Gabe. It's not like a close relationship, but it's one that whenever we're, you know, around each other, we can joke, carry on like we've known each other for years. I don't think I've ever heard a single person ever say anything bad about Gabe. Well, I'll say it now. He's short as shit. So that's all you get. That's all I got on him. But yeah, these are the folks that watches these videos. I wish I could name every single one of you, but it doesn't show me. It doesn't show me names of people. So we've picked up like 49 subscribers so far, and we're gonna try to steamroll. I'm gonna try to make something a little more fun. I need to get more used to doing this. You know, that way it can be better, so it's not so fucking annoying for you. And I'm not gonna stop talking this way. So if you have kids, warning. I guess it's too late. You know, you can always expect that I'm gonna talk like this. But I think next I'll do a parts breakdown on what all's in this, because I'm gonna show you. Okay, hold on. I'm not a welder. Look, it's that. Look, I gotta do what I gotta do. This, yeah, it's part of it though. I'll own it because it held together. But there's more to come. Give me suggestions. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you'd like to see. You know, I'd like to do little install videos here and there of, you know, some of the stuff that we do, and then just go from there. Maybe a podcast. Definitely thinking, because we just sit down. Every guy knows we all just talk about some random shit. It'd be kind of cool to do some crowd work and have like a live stream like discussion, but I don't think you can do that on YouTube. I gotta look it up. But you guys have a great day. It's early. We got a lot ahead of us. We have so Josh, we're gonna do the rear mount cooling system on his truck. That'll be another video. I'll probably start working on it later today. We'll do the rear mount cooling system on his truck before we start doing it on the Lexus, because we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way, because there were some concerns about my radiator cap being blown to fucking pieces and sound like a church organ. And then I've got my transmission. This is my Rossler Terminator 2.5 Turbo 400 for my Camaro for Cosby. My new converter from Circle D should be here today. It's a 6-week item. It's kind of anxious, so yeah, that's a whole nother deal. But this transmission's been a beast. Trying to work a deal with FTI for maybe any kind of connection in the turbo or in the transmission game for the Lexus, because between the transmission and converter, they just weren't ready. Whenever I spec'd the converter, I was guesstimating less power, and she's definitely up there. We're putting her in the range of about 1150 to 1220. So you definitely have to have a converter that's ready, and if I would have been able to properly spec it, then it would have been a way better. And then I think that the transmission that I just had rebuilt, which it'll work. It works fantastic, drives fantastic. I just think under power, it's not having it. So we'll see. Stay tuned on that. You know, hopefully we got some big shit coming besides just my titties. Sorry about that. Working on it. Carnivore's still going. I'm like 226 now. So that's 32 pounds down. These look horrible. Fucking get down here. But y'all have a good day. Thanks.